Yo, what's happening, man? It's your boy Rundown. If you're depressed watching your favorite sports team on the football field, but you just can't stop buying their gear, then congratulations. You might be a Raiders fan. But listen, man, don't trip. I got the perfect thing for you, man. Here at the Rundown, we have partnered with Fanatics to bring the nation some of the freshest Raider gear that you can get your hands on. I'm talking jerseys, I'm talking hats, and you know it's starting to get chilly out here, so it's best to grab you some drip for the frosty season while you're at it as well. So tap the link in the description down below, get you some fresh gear, man. Support the channel at the same time. It's a dub for you, dub for me, even though we're not getting that many dubs on the field at the moment, man. So remember, man, tap the link down below in the description to get you some fresh Raiders gear from Fanatics. Now let's get back to the show. Yeah, what is going on? What is happening? What is the deal, man? You are back for another episode here of the Raider Rundown, man. I appreciate everybody that is tapping in with me today, man. As you know, it is another Rundown show. If it is Wednesday night, 6 p.m. Pacific time, then you're here with your boy Rundown, man. So I appreciate everybody that is tapping in, man. For today's show, man, what's on the docket? We're going to be tapping in, previewing tomorrow's action versus the Denver Broncos, of course. First game against Denver too. Last time we saw Denver in their building, Gardner Minshew, I believe, was that the Booger game? I think it might have been the Booger game. But either way, it was ugly last time we was in Denver. Believe it or not, y'all are going to hear the reasons why I am kind of confident about tomorrow. I'm not going to say we're going to win, but I think it's going to be a good game. I do think we're going to keep it. I do think we're going to keep the thing close. I will say that. But before we get into all that good stuff, get into the weeds, get talking about the real, football and all the extra, how do we win, or, what do we do, all that extra. Y'all know what we got to do here on the rundown, man. We got to go ahead and start with the most important segment of the show, man, which is man, we got to go ahead and give love to the comment section, man. Give love to all y'all that's already tapped into the show, man. Everybody that will be coming in here. So let's go ahead. Let's start it off, man, with Jack. First comment, man. What's up, Raider Nation? Appreciate you for tapping in with the first comment, man. And I ain't gonna lie, man. Jack been real quick and hasty with it. You know what I mean? He been the first comment like a mug, so we really appreciate that for sure, man. Appreciate you tapping in as always, man. We always love that. Billy Davis in the building, man. What's going on, Billy? Long time no see. What up, family? So what up, Raider Nation? Rundown chat. What's going on with you, big dog? Appreciate you for tapping in. Bloody Raider. Rundown, man. Salute. F these donkeys. I feel you. Probably not gonna happen, but I hope we smash these fools. And I definitely got a great question for a lot of people, because I know the hate runs strong when you see, the motherfuckers in orange and blue for some of y'all. So the good question, while we go through the comment section, what are y'all most hated division rival for you, right? What is it for you? Now, you see my boy Bloody Raider, he said he can't stand the donkeys, right? As you can see right here. Is the donkeys that for y'all? Is that your most hated division rival? For me personally, be honest with y'all, it's the Chargers, bro. It's the Chargers. They get on my fucking nerves, right? Not only because look, we already explained it. If you're a Southern California person, right, you can't avoid these motherfuckers. They're everywhere, right? But they're annoying. That's the thing. Charger fans are very annoying. So that's one. You got to deal with that. And secondly, bro, just I don't know what it is. When you go to games and shit, I used to go to a lot of games. Daniel Tomlinson used to kill us. Phillip Rivers used to get on my fucking nerves. It's just they get on my nerves for me. But I know a lot of y'all, bro, when it comes to Broncos, all the extra, you can't stand them. So let me know what y'all feel, man. JX Raider, man. Yeah, what's going on with you, big dog? Appreciate you for tapping in. Dominique in the building, man. What's the deal, bro? What's the deal? Dre for sure in the building, man. What's going on with you, big dog? Micah Beasy, Milka Beasy, actually, like cereal. Hey, I like that you changing this up, man. I like you changing it up. But what's up with you, bro? Salute to you. Artie Art, man, in the building, man. What's going on with you, big dog? Appreciate you for tapping in. Chargers, look, we one in the same, bro. Chargers for sure. Dominique said Chiefs for me. I live in the Midwest. See, and I think it does kind of matter about where you grow up too, right? Like, Southern California, of course, you're going to not like the Chargers, but I do have a deep-rooted hate for the Chiefs because I went to school in the Midwest, right? Went to college in the Midwest. So, of course, you a Raider fan in the Midwest, Dominique, you know what time it is. You know what I'm saying? Shit, they get fucking annoying over there. So, there's that. Definitely that. Felon says donkeys, definitely. Okay. I don't mind it either. I just don't run into too many Bronco fans, so maybe that's just me, right? But I feel you. What's good? Hawks fan here pulling for you guys. And we appreciate that in these troubled times. We do appreciate that because it's rough. You know what I mean? We'll take the prayers. But yeah, it's very bad for us out here, man. So we appreciate that. At least y'all got it going, huh? Y'all got it good over there. Sam Darnold out there slinging that thing. So y'all doing your shit. I hate the Chiefs. They're a close second, bro. They're a close second. It's hard to hate somebody when they just continuously whoop on your ass. Like it's hard. It's hard. I really do not like these motherfuckers, but then it's to a point now where I watch the Chiefs and it's like they continuously beat our ass. So it's too hard. It's too hard. Accelerator tapping in with us. He said the Raiders 97, Broncos 13. I ain't gonna lie. It would be a welcome sight. Especially national television. I'm not trying to see us get our ass whooped on national television. I'll tell you that right now. Because we the only game on. So I definitely want to see a good game. So if it's a good game, for sure. If we beat them, I ain't gonna lie, I'll take tomorrow. Out of everybody on the schedule, I know, we talk about draft positioning, seeding, and all the extra. But out of all the people on the schedule, if you were to tell me tomorrow is just the only game we win, I ain't gonna be mad at it, bro. I ain't gonna be mad at it. At least it's something for us to cheer. You know what I mean? Something for us to cheer. Rose Town in the building. What's going on, bro? Salute to you. Appreciate you for tapping in. Drake for show says, hate the Queefs. Yes, sir. Yeah. The only team I truly hate is the Cowboys. Now, I really want to know why, though. And of course you hate who you hate. Are you from like that area? The fans annoy you. You feel what I'm saying? Like, if that's the case, like, I understand. For me, I've never really felt anything for the Cowboys. Never. I don't know why. Maybe I believe if you're like an older fan, you probably feel that hate because once upon a time, both organizations were running shit. You know what I mean? So it's like, maybe that's why. But of this newfangled shit, I don't know the Cowboys for nothing but failure. Like, that's real shit. So there's nothing to really hate on. And as far as when it comes to us and failure, one and the same. So I don't know, bro. I don't know. But you let me know. I mean, why you hate the Cowboys? You know what I mean? Why would it be that? Maybe because you're from the area, deep-seated, different type of hate. I understand it, though. They did. Cowboy fans do have a little delusion to them that I used to think Raider fans did until, I started my channel and then we started changing the philosophy. But either way, they do have a certain delusion about them. They probably come from Jerry, too, huh? Dave Chappelle, hate. No, I feel that. Mike in the building, man. What's going on, big dog? Salute to you, man. Salute to you. Appreciate you for tapping in, man. Well, let's get it started, shall we? I mean, we already started touching on it. Raiders take on the Broncos tomorrow, right? And first game against the Broncos for the Raiders. Off of this year. I don't know. What's the let me see their record. Of course, we're gonna break it all down. Y'all know what it is. This is the first time in a minute I done had a solo show and we're not just talking doom and gloom and shit, so we can actually talk actual football because we looked somewhat like a football team last week, right? Like somewhat like a football team last week. So probably now we can have the luxury of saying, maybe we can start actually talking about football things, right? So right now, Broncos 7-2, right? 7-2 on the year, leading the division as well. When it comes to the standings for them, right? When it comes to the standings, what they're doing, of course, they're going to be in the playoffs and all that extra shit. But looking at their stats, Bo Nix has 17 goddamn touchdowns on the year, but nothing crazy. I'm really trying to see their defensive rankings right now because I really want to see that. You know what I mean? I really want to see so because I want to start with their defense, really, because that to me, bro, their defense is where it's at. But before we even start all that, let's start with our own shit, right? Which is the practice. Okay, so Raiders return to practice today. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm over here getting excited because we can actually talk real football. But today, right, the Raiders return back to practice. Obviously it's a short week. They're not going to be really doing shit today as far as getting out there and really running. So they're trying to go ahead and get themselves ready, get themselves prepared. Looking at some of the tweets from today, obviously the whole talk was, how do we get past trading Jacoby Myers, right? What do we do for that? And I mean, to me, it's already evident and clear what we do for Jacoby Myers. It's been number 18 the whole time. So we'll see if he decides to play more or if Pete decides to play Jack Bech more. That'll be the thing. But as far as today's practice, really, I don't think we can start off anywhere but talking about injury report. Right, so let's get into that, man. Let's get into the injury report. Boom, bang. As you can see right here, let me go ahead and zoom in on that thing so y'all know exactly what the hell we looking at. But see, look, hey, this thing is I can't do this. I already know what time it is. Y'all give me 1 second. I already know what time it is. I can't see this. If I can't see this, that means y'all can't see this. So hold on. We're gonna make sure we do it right. Image, bam. Your boy quick with it. Don't worry about it. I ain't gonna have y'all waiting too long. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna have y'all waiting too long. Let's look at it. Now, here is the injury report that we got to look at. Okay. Now, from our end, Thomas Booker's on there. Everybody's full. Everybody's cool until you look at the last four, right? Last four. Lonnie Johnson, questionable, but he's full. So for him, you would think that questionable is more of a positive sign, right? For Lonnie Johnson. So cool, right? So he's nearing a return. Some people's Lord and Savior. Aiden O'Connell is out. And once he returns, I can't wait for the conversation that surrounds that. Once Aiden O'Connell is fully healthy and ready to go, but he's out. But Isaiah Palomau and Adam Butler, both listed as limited and added to the report as questionable. To me, since it's so, so close to the game, it's a toss-up. It's a toss-up. They're probably game time decisions. They're probably go out there during the warm-ups and test out their bodies, test out, whatever hurts, whatever don't feel right, and see if they're good to go. So I think that's where we're at with those last two right there, Adam and Isaiah. They're just going to probably test it out and be game time decisions. So I wouldn't be surprised if we heard that one of them is not playing. I think we're going to get – I don't think we'll get both. I think we'll get one. But I do think that one of them will not be playing off of game time decision the way it is. Just by the way that they're listed right now, you know what I mean? Just by the way that they're listed right now and added as questionable in the games tomorrow, I wouldn't be surprised if one of them didn't play. So there's that. All right, there's that. Now, when we're going into the Broncos category of it, they got a lot of motherfuckers on there. There's a lot of people that is on their injury report. So you take a look. All of them real full. All of them not really, not really no cause for concern. But then you look, they have a tight end that didn't part. He's going to be out. Nate Atkins, I believe that's his name. But that, nothing too crazy. PJ Locke, a safety, questionable, but, nobody too major. Riley Moss didn't participate, but he looks to be full now, right? He's there. The big ones, though, are Pat Surtain not playing, right? We already know he's not going to be playing. And it looks like Marvin Mims will be out as well, right? So those are the two big names for the Broncos that are probably not going to be playing. Obviously, Pat Surtain, one of the best corners in the league. So I don't know what the hell they're going to do for Brock. You know what I mean? I really don't know what they're going to do for Brock because last year he was the guy, right? Surtain was the guy. I know they're not going to come out here and try to put no Hufanga on Brock 24/7. I know that's not the plan because that is, hey, barbecue chicken. It's over, dog. So I need to know what their plan is for that, but I expect another great day from 89. I will say that. I will say that. I kind of expect another great day at 89. I don't think they have a good matchup if Surtain's not out there. I don't. Not in the linebacker spot, not in the safety spot. Don't believe they have that. So that's huge. Marvin Mims brings speed to their offense, which, I mean, I'm not going to sit there and say that they lack. They still got Troy Franklin and, some other guys that do play, but Marvin Mims does take away the speed factor for them. So that's something, right, that we do got to speak about and talk about in that vein as well. So, nothing too crazy. It looks like everybody's – I'm not going to sit here and say we're the healthiest group, but, we're not really dealing with too much. To be honest, there's no excuse. There's nothing to really say as far as the Raiders, like, oh, we're banged up. We have nobody. Like, no, everybody's there. Them too. Everybody's there. It's a Thursday night game, but it's not like, we're the 49ers or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be a good game. So there's no excuse on that regard there. So wanted to go ahead and bring that up there. Now look at the comments. Let me see what y'all talking about now that we talked about kind of the injury report. What do y'all feel now that we see this? Is there anything that concerns you? Anything that y'all feel maybe, we should pay more attention to, or that's maybe a bigger deal than I think it is? No, the Cowboys represent everything that's the opposite of the Raiders, corporate America, law and order, etc. They're the team ESPN tries to force us to like. Oh, I feel that. I feel that. I can feel that. But let me see. Cowboys wear white hats, Raiders wear black hats. I do feel that too. I do feel that too. But Chewy in the building, man. What's going on, Chewy? Appreciate you for tapping in. For me, man, I don't think anything's too crazy. Now we saw Tyler Lockett today, kind of speak about the wide receiver room as well, because I think that is the big topic. Now you're talking about a lot of, we were talking about our injury report right now, but we lost a player. Okay, we lost a player with Jacoby Myers. Now, how are we going to fill that production is the question. Now, that's going to be the thing. Now, as far as, I appreciate this. But as far as going ahead and filling that production, I need to know how we're going to do that. Right now, the injury report is cool. Like I said, we're pretty relatively healthy. There's nothing that we really need to sit here and talk about. Like, oh my God, like this dude's out. No, we're healthy. So the question now becomes the personnel. Okay, now after Jacoby Myers is traded, we now have a wide receiver room that consists of a lot of rookies and some veterans in here. Right, there's some veterans in here as well. But not a lot of, there is no clear-cut number one receiver in here. We know that for a fact. Even with Jacoby Myers in here. Even with Jacoby Myers here, there was still no number one receiver in this mug. All right. Now, that is some issue that I still have, and I think we can easily address. But looking at the room, man, it now consists, let me see, I'm trying to find this tweet that I saw, right? Where now this is what the wide receiver room consists of. There we go. Now, this is what we're working with going after a Jacoby Myers trade. Now, y'all let me know, is there a lot of confidence in this room here? Look here. We now are relying on Trey Tucker, Tyler Lockett, Jack Besh, Alex Bachman, and Dante Thornton. Right? Those are the guys. Those are the guys now. To me, bro, this don't instill a lot of confidence at all. At all. Now, I do think there is some hope we can have, right? There's some hope we can have. There's some hopium that we can have with this group, right? But that's all we have. There's nothing to really go on as far as production or solidified concrete production to go on. Or probably the number one receiver by default is Trey Tucker right now, right? That's the number one by default. It's Trey. Tyler Lockett's going to see snaps. He's a Pete guy, so he's going to see snaps. Alex Bachman don't really play. Dante Thornton, we saw a lot. So now I probably don't see him being inactive no more. You know what I mean? Going into the year, he's probably going to have to play a lot more. But the big one with Jack Besh, bro, like I don't know what to make of it. You know what I mean? I don't know what to make of it. Does he suck? Is he just not good? Is he a waste of a pick? Is he just a special teams player? Or excuse me, can Pete not evaluate? Can the coaching staff not properly evaluate talent, not properly put who they want out there, and they just want their guys, i.e. Tyler Lockett get the pickup right where him and Pete leave off, and he gets to play. No special teams, no nothing. So that's where I'm trying to really figure it out, But y'all let me know, man, what's the confidence level in this wide receiver room now that these are the guys? Trey's going to see a lot more work. Tyler Lockett's going to see a lot more work. Is 18 going to produce is my question. Where is 18? What is the deal with that? Is he good? Is he not good? I want to know. I just want to know, right? I'm tired of having the question marks on these draft picks. We need to go into this next year, and that's what's getting so frustrating about this coaching staff is because this coaching staff is refusing to see what it is, right? We need to see which one of these young players are worth a damn going into this 2026 year, right? We need to see it because whichever ones are, that's the ones you continue and you build around, right? But the ones that we know, like, for example, if you were Tyree Wilson, well, shit, We trying to get rid of you ASAP. You feel me? So we have to understand what young guys we have. And with Jack Bech, all we know is we have a good special teams player, the adequate special teams player that we drafted in the second round, right? But you don't draft no special teams warrior 58th overall. You don't do that. So whatever they need to do to get that shit together so we can see it. We can see it. And I'm not going to sit here and say he's going to be a Pro Bowler or all that extra shit, but there are things that I see that I say, okay, this can be worked with, right? Now, of course, I'm not just going to sit up here and flap my gums and just say how I feel. If I have some evidence to show y'all, we're going to do that. And guess what? There's evidence to show. So there is some clips that I'd like to go here and present. And it's a breakdown or just a cut up of all of Jack Bech's targets plus his all of Jack Bech's targets and catches, right? And we're gonna go through them together. Watch his routes, right? And let's make a real assumption about what he looks like right here. And see if this is anything that we can get some talent out of. Now, again, this is the rookie, right? We had 8 weeks of watching Dante Thornton struggle, right, against these DBs out here. So I really want to have this assessment here of what we got going on with Jack Bech. So let's go ahead. Let's play this thing, man. Let's play this thing, man. Let's see what we got here. So remember, it's a cut up of all Jack Bech targets and catches. Now, as you can see, here he is on the outside up here. All right, here he is on the outside up here. I like that route. Already a better route than what I saw Thornton run the entirety of the 7 weeks. So that's one. Separation to me, right? Open to me. So let's go again. Right here on the inside. All right, right here on the inside. Boom, bam. Right? Damn near slot position, but let's see. Right? We running into each other and shit over here, so I don't know who's running the right route, who's not running the right route. You're looking at Jacoby, right? You want to sit down here? You're looking at Jacoby. And Trey, we getting jammed into Jacoby. Jacoby just sitting there, right? I don't know if Jack Bech running the right route or not, but scramble around. We find him on the sidelines. Okay, fine work, just fine work. So I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm overly impressed on that route, but either way, a catch is a catch. Now here we are, 1-on-1, down, backside, right, downside. Let's watch him. Ball hella late. Good catch. You know what I mean? But to me, like, this is where I say, like, this is a quarterback one. To me, it's a quarterback one. Look, when you look at the ball should be out now. Now. Get it to him now. But yet we wait extra steps. The shit still isn't even there. Still. And obviously, if we're seeing it and we're saying here in the film, dog, throw it. This motherfucker saying the same thing over here. the DB is saying the exact same thing. So if that's the case, bro, I put this on the quarterback. The ball should have been out way sooner. We could have got some more yak on this, man. Could have got some more damn yak. But yet, again, Gino want to double clutch and do all this extra shit. So short catch there. Boom. Right? So far, I'm trying to see the trash that I have been told that he is. That's what I'm saying. I'm not buying into it. And we continue, right? This is the one that got tipped into the end zone by Geno Smith. I just want y'all to look at the S of the Colts. That look open to me, right? That looks open to me, but yet he's never open, right? Like, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I'm not just going to buy into the narrative that most people have done just to say he sucks because he's not out there. Like, no, this looks like talent to me. I'm not going to sit here and say this man's Jamar Chase. I'm not going to say that. But this don't look like complete and utter ass, like how it's being made out to be. Again, Let's go again. Let's start from him here. Up top. I don't know if this is man on man. I doubt it. Don't look like it. Probably not. But either way, and it's not man to man, it's zone. But either way, the man is open, right? Man is open. Look at the S. If Geno's able to get the football there, this is a touchdown, in my opinion. This is a touchdown. So there we go, right? Tip in the air, though. Now, next one. Down here on the 50, right? He's down here on the 50 against this DB. Let's watch this rep here. That was strapped. I can't tell you. That was strapped. But we know his strength, right? We know his strength, which is he can out-rebound. He can out-rebound a corner if it need be. Now, this right here, look like the same shit I seen from his college film. The same shit. He was doing the exact same thing at TCU. You know what I mean? So him being able to go over here and do this is his game. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know why we're going to sit here and expect this man to all of a sudden become Antonio Brown, white Antonio Brown. Like, it's not going to happen. You know what I mean? Like, his game is his game. And the way he wins is by physicality, right? And body positioning. That's what he did at TCU. Is what he's doing right now. Boom. Right? Okay, cool. Another catch. Down here. Now, let's watch him down here. Okay? One-on-one again on the 40. Down below. Let's see him. Is this Travarius Ward too? So it might be Travarius Ward. Either way, good comp. Looking. This is. I don't know what the ball was. Maybe it should have been a back shoulder. This shit flutters out of bounds and all the extra. This ain't catchable. It flutters out of bounds. I don't know. But I'm not gonna say it was a great route, right? We're gonna call some spade to spade. That was Dante Thornton, I'll be sitting over here talking about the route. So the route's not great. Route's not great. Probably a back shoulder ball. Would probably be a better ball to throw. So not a great rep there. Now we go up top again. Not a great rep on this one either. Right? We go up top. Strapped on this. Right? Strapped on this. Yeah, now he can talk about the face mask. You know, he can talk about the face mask all he wants. There's no separation there. No separation. Right? Like, if this is going to be a curl, even Jacoby down here, which that's what Jacoby's running, Jacoby's strapped the fuck up down here too. We're running these shitty ass curls. Like, it's just not going to work. You know what I mean? It's not going to work. So, more reps. And I think this is, and going forward with Jack Bench, these are the type of routes right here that we're probably going to see more. All right, and I'm not just going to say this is all, but like this is the type of player that he can be where it's like you just dump it off this motherfucker. Just let him get yacked. Boom. 50-yard line, right? Easy. This is the easy shit. Type of receiver he is where you just get it to him. Let's get a first down real quick. You know what I mean? Easy type of catches. Now, against Kansas City, he's the point man in the bunch. So you see Buddy pointing at him right here, right? Let's see what he does. I like that. Shitty throw, but I like the route. A lot of shaking and shit over there, but hey, it got it done. Smooth route. And it's one-on-one. Man coverage, right? But yeah, he can't get open. I don't know what I'm seeing. What am I seeing? It's not the greatest route in the world. Okay? But at the same time, I'm not going to sit here and just be like, oh, man, this man sucks. He's trash. No, I don't think he's trash. I don't. I think there's talent there that can be used. The fact that he ain't been on the field ain't his fault. I think if this throw is better, I ain't going to cap to y'all. If this throw is better, we might get maybe one or two more steps. The fact that we have to reach back for the football and all this extra shit, you know, like, goddamn, man. Throw it in front. Throw it out here. Lead the man. We got to turn fully around and damn near catch it over a man's dome piece. Like, fuck. Now, next rep we look at, he's over here, right, on the outside. I don't know. I think that might be Trey. I don't know who that is. But either way, he's on the outside here. Let's see what he does. See, he has a nice little stop and start to him. You know what I mean? I think he knows. He looks like a player. You know, y'all let me know if y'all feel the same way. But he looks like a player that knows he not overly fast. You feel what I'm saying? And uses that to his advantage. You feel me? I think that's kind of what he looks like to me. He definitely, on some of these routes, bro, you can tell like he knows he ain't fast. He know he ain't got the speed that some of these dudes do. So he deceptively uses it, you know, to get himself into the spaces. Look at this. This ain't first one he's done that too. I like that. Be smart. You know you ain't overly, you ain't overly fast and all that shit. You know what I mean? Dude, be deceptive with it. But I think it's time to see more. It's time to see more. Whatever it was going on before this, we can drop it. I think it's time to drop it. Dre says, Besh is the truth. Gino don't throw him the ball. And that's another thing. I mean, Gino been struggling too. So it's like, you know, how much is it Besh all the way? You know, now I know there are some things we probably can't blame him for, but again, we're gonna sit here and act like this coaching staff knows exactly what it was doing as far as playing these young guys. No, we can't go into that realm of thinking. Now, if we were the Eagles, if we were the Lions, right, or some of these other teams is drafting well and all that other shit and developing players, you can get me because we're developing players, bro. Like, we're doing this, and he's just not performing. So then, like, okay, like, yeah, sit his ass down. But from a coaching staff that we already see place favorites, that we already see is not really developing guys all that well, we're just going to fall into the realm that, oh, man, he's not doing what he's supposed to. No, I'm not going to do that, bro. Dante Thornton was out there for 8 weeks, and we clearly saw something was there, right? We clearly saw something was there. Actually, not there. So I'm not on that vein, bro. Not on that vein of thinking. I do think as going forward, we should see it more. If we don't, and we see more Tyler Lockett than him, issue. All our young guys pretty much need more playing time. For sure. They all need to grow. Destroy the weights in the building. Gino is ass. I can't argue that topic at all. Besh is way better than Thornton. I agree. And I think now that Jacoby is gone, we'll probably see Besh more. And especially in the roles that Jacoby was doing, because him and Jacoby were kind of similar, right? In their structure and in the way that they can be used. So I think that's the move. That's the move going forward. We're probably going to use him, to replace the Jacoby Myers loss. And then there we go going into that. So confidence level for this wide receiver room, at a 1 to 10 for me, that should be like at a 4. It would be at a 4. But I want to hear from y'all, man. What's the confidence level? From y'all, man? 1 to 10 in this wide receiver room. I'm going a straight 4. That's where I'm at. I'm at a 4. Because there's some young guys that I like. Trey had a little hiccup last week. He had some hiccups. He dropped the ball, right? We can't revert back to that shit. We cannot revert back to dropping the ball and doing all that, bro. Especially now with Trey, bro, he has to take it up to another notch. All right. Now, at the beginning of the year, we spoke about players that needed to take a step up, that were in some crucial times in their careers. Trey was one of them. What an opportunity, right? Shit. What an opportunity for Trey Tucker to make him some money. All right, because now that there is no clear-cut wide receiver one in this room, you can now look at Trey and say, hey, it's you, big dog. It's on you. So what an opportunity for my dog to make him some money. Look, if we're going to say, dude, what's the expectation? I expect him to cash in. All right. Now, last week was a hiccup. We cannot be dropping the football, especially wide-ass open balls, right? And then there was a play as well where he slowed up in the middle of the field on a drag route. And if he would have kept running, he would have got more yards. So there's another, right? We just got to continue to grow for Trey. And I think putting him in this role, forcing him to sink or swim, that's going to get her done. Now you elevate him. Jack Best gets more snaps. That's what I want to see, right? I want to see Jack Best get more snaps. I want to see that. Tyler Lockett, I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm not expecting this man to go out here and win hella one-on-one man coverage reps. I just don't. Is he going to be maybe a little welcome addition to help move the chains and stuff? Probably. But yeah, I don't want him getting all those reps like that. I mean, even with Dante Thornton, I wasn't a fan, but seeing where we are, he needs to develop, right? He needs to develop. So get him out there. Now, if he doesn't play, somebody got to start working on his jump ball ability, route running, or something. Something's got to give with Dante Thornton, right? He's either got to work on being able to jump better for the football at the high point. He's got to work on that, or he's got to work on being a technician at his routes. It's one of the two, bro. You're too big, too fast, all the extra shit to not have either one of those. You know what I mean? Because if you acquire either one, then you become a guy, right? And really, in his case, with his athletic profile, he's probably got to focus more on the route running. No cap. You know what I mean? We're already at this point in his career. We can't expect this man to all of a sudden start jumping like he's Randy Moss. Like that shit just don't work like that. So realistically, probably gonna have to start focusing on the route running aspect of his game. That's the thing that he can really tangibly get right and get better. Because I don't expect this man to all of a sudden be able to jump out the gym and shit in one off season. I just don't. I don't think that's obtainable. So there's that. But even with him, get him out there, more reps. Fuck it, I want to see more. You know what I mean? So with Trey, Besh, Thornton, those are ones I'm intrigued to see with. I'm still at a 4 though, but I'm still intrigued to see. Let me see what y'all talking about, man. Oh yeah. Nobody, and I mean nobody, is taking Tyree Wilson. If they would have, yes. Yeah, they would have been stupid for that. 5. Okay, not bad. Sacktown Raider Mike, man, what's going on? He says 5. Okay. Below average sounds accurate. Yeah. 4. Okay. Should bench Bachman and bring up Shed Jackson too. Wouldn't be mad at that. But let me see. He plays small, 6'5", yet no highlight of him high pointing the ball. That's my problem, Dev, bro. And salute to you, big dog, for showing up to the show. But that's my problem, bro. Like, he's 6'5", and Gino was treating him like he still had DK Metcalf. Like Gino, that's not DK, bro. Like, he doesn't have that athletic profile that DK does. So him force feeding them high point balls and all this extra shit, like it wasn't gonna work. He's not that type of player, So with Dante, bro, I'm more along the lines now, bro. You're gonna have to work on your route running immensely, and I mean he's gonna have to find a route runner, a route coach or something, a route running coach or whatever in the off season, and every day gonna have to be dedicated, because we can't ask this man all of a sudden to start jumping fucking 10 feet in the air and all this extra shit when we have no evidence of him doing that. You know what I mean? Like, there's zero evidence of him high pointing footballs. So to ask him to all of a sudden turn that into his game. Now, if he does that, hey, may the Lord help him. But may the Lord help some DBs. But I just don't see that. How many players y'all know, like, just they could not jump for real, and then this is in one off season they came back and all of a sudden this motherfucker's jumping out the gym. Like, it's just, I don't see that. I would have took a 5th round for Tyree. Shit, tell you the truth, bro. I'd have took a nice goddamn Wendy's double-double. Not Wendy's. In-and-out double-double for goddamn Tyree. Animal style. You feel what I'm saying? Now, if I would have asked for the animal style for the In-N-Out for the trade, it probably wouldn't have worked, because they would have In-N-Out would have said that shit would have been too much. You feel what I'm saying? So at this point right now, bro, we're not gonna fuck around and get nothing for Tyree. I don't see it. We're just gonna have to let him play out his contract, not sign the 5th-year option. You feel me? And just let that shit run dry. But I tell you right now, bro, if we were to make a trade with In and Out. I trade this man for a double-double. And I would have asked to make that burger animal style. That shit wouldn't have put the trade through. Because that would have been too much. Motherfuckers do not want Tyree Wilson, bro. They see this man every week, full live in effect, doing nothing, right? Doing fucking nothing. It's like, yeah, bro, go ahead, come get you a nice young pass rusher. You know what I mean? Yeah, nice and young. Only thing is, you got to teach the motherfucker how to actually rush the passer. You know, you got to teach him how to actually do his job. Other than that, bro, y'all got to start. You know what I'm saying? You got to start. That's exactly how you probably got to sell that one. I ain't gonna cap. That's how you got to sell it. Maybe some fries, well done. You feel me? Hey, something, bro. A few fries were the deal breaker. Exactly. And it wasn't even the good shit. I'm talking about bottom of the grease fries. It wasn't even the good shit. I'm talking about them gristle fries. So right now, bro, I don't know. Now, Kuntz would have been the one. I would have been like, yeah, bro, let's get rid of Kuntz. Because this year has been a major disappointment on my end. And I'm glad we're starting to talk about the defense because that's exactly where I'm going. I'm going to tell y'all something, bro. This game here, to me, is dependent on the defensive side of the football. Now, yes, some of y'all can say, the offense is fucked. What are you talking about, Rundown? You know what I mean? The offense is terrible. Reason I say that, we already know what Denver's defense is, right? We know what Denver's defense is. I think there's no question marks onto what their defense is and what it is and what they do and all the extra. I kind of already anticipate our offense struggling. I do, so that's like a known. That's a known. The reason I say this about the defense, why I could fall on them, because Denver's offense, if you really watch them over these last 9 weeks, they're shaky as fuck. In them first 3 quarters of game, they're not that good, dog. Like, I've watched Denver now for a number of weeks, bro. When the game starts, they're not a good, first half team, first half offense. They're not. When they start the game off, Bo Nix be shaky. He's inconsistent. He's not accurate like that. He starts getting, the thing with them is they start getting better as the game go on, by the fourth quarter. The defense done kept it so close, and the team and whatever then made the other team make so many mistakes where now it's the fourth quarter. Shit, we still only down by 2, even though we've been playing like ass, and y'all know how that go. We playing like trash the whole game, but defense kept us in it. We only down by maybe 2-3 points. We score a nice little late touchdown, field goal here and there. We win the game. There we go. That's exactly the formula for them right now. And the reason I say defense is part of it is because if these motherfuckers can make Bo Nix uncomfortable for 4 straight quarters, bro, it's going to be a real close-ass game. It's going y'all can bet my words. It will be a real close game if the defense shows up tomorrow and bounces back. Because I'm telling y'all, now, it's 1 or 2 things is about to happen tomorrow, okay? We're just not going to show up at all. And we're going to get our ass whooped on national television. That's 1. Or 2, which I've seen, this shit going to go to, damn near the last drive. It might go to the last drive, bro. It might go to the last drive, whoever got the ball last type of shit. Those are the 2 ways that I see this going. That we not show up and we get our ass whooped, or it's going down to whoever got the ball last, right? Now, if it's whoever has the ball last, defense has played well up to this point. Defense has played well. Now let's look at some of their rankings, right? Let's look at some of their rankings, what they are, and kind of what they are as a team. Now, when you think of the Broncos, right, and you think of their offense, okay, let's just say you think of their offense. I don't know. What do you think of first? I think more of their passing game. I think more of their passing game. I don't really think of their rushing attack. You know what I mean? I don't think of their rushing attack. But when you look at some of these rankings now, right now the Broncos rank 6th in the league. Now this is defense. Oh yeah, let me go to the offense. Hold on. I want to see the offense. Because I'm over here looking at the defense. I don't give a damn about the defense. Because I honestly already know what it is, bro. Again, we know they have one of the better defenses in the league. See, is what it is. We're not gonna sit here and sugarcoat shit or act like just because they're a division rival they fucking suck. Like, no, bro. Like, let's be honest about what we see. Be honest about what we see. So going into offense right now, totally, they rank 13th in the league. Right now, they're getting 347 yards per game. Per game. They have 27 offensive TDs on the year. Okay, so there's that. As far as their offense goes, like I said, me personally, I think of their passing attack before I think of their rushing attack. But when you look at the numbers, right? When you look at the numbers, right now, the Broncos are ranked 17th in the league when it comes to passing the football, right? They're ranked 17th in the league, and we're going to go ahead and put this on the screen as well for y'all, so y'all see exactly what I'm talking about. But I don't know. For me, I always thought like maybe, hey, passing the football, doing all that, right? But now when you look at kind of their rankings and what they're doing in the league, you see them right there at number 17, right? You see them at 17, 300. There we go. Yeah, 213 yards passing. I'm over here looking at too many goddamn numbers. But 213 yards passing, man. 17 passing TDs on the year as well. So that's kind of where we're at with the Broncos, right? As you can see this number right here. But then when you look at their rushing attack, they're right now sitting 7th. Boom. Nice little pretty number here, sitting 7th at 133 yards per game. 10 ground touchdowns, right? So obviously my preconceived notion was not correct. Okay, now the Broncos are looking like they like to run the football, right? Looking like they like to run the football. And obviously, I'm not that big of a Bo Nix fan, bro. I'm really not. I honestly feel that he needs that play action too. So maybe I am tripping. But I honestly feel like he needs play action. Now, the reason I say I feel like they always throw the ball, because every time I'm watching, this man is always throwing the shit around the yard. He's always throwing the shit around the yard when it comes to Bo Nix. So I think he does need that play action, so it does kind of make sense on why they might be 7th in the league in the rushing numbers, right? In the rushing numbers, they're sitting 7th. Now, right, we continue it down. Scoring offense in the league right now, Broncos are ranking 25th in scoring offense. Okay, so they rank 25th in scoring offense. Not anything crazy, right? Oh, I'm tweaking. They rank 14th in score offense, 25 points a game, right? 25 points a game, which when it comes to 25 points, we've been struggling to even obtain that. So that's going to be a fucking problem for us if it starts going into the weeds and thick of things when it's starting to get above a 30-point game. Now it's like, all right, well, this is uncharted territory for our ass. But sitting here, 25 points per game, 27 offensive touchdowns as well. But like I said, man, a lot of their production, when you watch them, comes in the fourth quarter. It really does. Now, this is not bad. When you're a top 10 team in red zone offense, right? You know, things tend to work in your favor. And no coinky dink, right? That all of the teams that are top 10 right here in red zone offense are good teams, except the Commanders. Right, except the Commanders. But other than that, as far as all the teams that are in this top, 8 category of team, most of them are good teams. You know what I mean? Take the Commanders out of it, who are an outlier, but you look at the Eagles, good team. Seahawks, good team. Chiefs, pretty decent team, good team. Colts, good team. Lions, same thing. Steelers, pretty much, they're okay, better than us. But Broncos sitting at 8th, right? Then you look at the Bills at 9 and Bengals. Well, shit, Bengals just got freaks over their receivers. So that makes sense. And then you look at the Packers, right? So all these teams, they all share the commonality, right? So if we're gonna be a bend but don't break fucking defense, you see what they are. You see where they like to make that bread and butter, man. They're scoring down there. They are scoring. So our job is going to be, we're gonna have to keep their ass out of there, man. You got to keep their ass out of there. They're going to have to settle for 3 points. Third down offense, right? Let's look at that. They are now shit. Crazy enough, we're ranked 11th. When you look at the Raiders, we're not terrible on third down. We're 11th in the league. For them, they're sitting at 19th. Not very good on third down, right? They're not terrible, but they're not great. You know, they have their miscues. So, looking at that, that's something that maybe we can get them there. We're playing good defense, get them off the football field. I personally don't know of a safety blanket that Bo Nix has. As far as third down, I don't know of it. It's starting to kind of become that Pat Bryant dude that they drafted this year in the third round. Starting to become that guy. But other than that, like, they don't really have a safety blanket. They're not all that great, so there's something we can exploit there. And that's all the extra. Now, I think, again, they do not start games off well. They do not. When it comes to Denver and all the extra shit, bro, their first 3 quarters are terrible. And then when it comes to that fourth quarter, they turn it on. And then they start scoring. They make a timely stop. Well, they've been the defense been making stops, but they make a timely play on offense and score a touchdown here. Now all of a sudden, you look at their shit. They won by 3 points. You know what I mean? Like, that's just what happens. Frank, he says, sounds like you were saying that we can win a defensive battle against one of the better defensive teams. That's kind of, yep, that's where it's going to have to be. When you look last week against the Texans were on their ass, bro. They were on their ass. It's just the fact they had Davis Mills, you know what I mean? And they didn't make enough plays on the offensive side to really do it. But realistically, Davis Mills had a chance to beat their ass last week. He did. You know, and then lo and behold, they don't have enough firepower on the offensive side. You know what I mean? The defense for the Texans ended up, they gave in. You know what I mean? 3 points. Really, I want to look at their schedule. I'll look at their schedule because damn near all their wins, bro. I've really already watched damn near all their games, right? So I kind of want to look at their schedule. Let's see who they won, how much they won by. Because I'm telling you, there is a pattern with these dudes, bro. There is a pattern with these guys. So, right, they played Titans. Remember, they played the Titans first game. They won 20-12 there. Okay, 20-12 there. Then they played the Colts. Colts beat them 29-28, right? Okay. Chargers beat them 23-20. Okay. Boom. Now you're looking. The Bengals without Joe Burrow at that point, trash. You know, the game they came back on the Eagles. Okay. Really remember that game that they came back on the Eagles. Remember, they played like ass them first 3 quarters. And then they just had that crazy fourth quarter, right? Crazy fourth quarter. And they did it in there. So they beat the Eagles 21-17. The Jets game. Really think about that Jets game, right? When they went to London and they played them over there overseas. Bo Nix and that offense was hot garbage for fucking 3.5 quarters. They end up pulling it out at the end, right? That's what happened there. So another commonality, 13-11. Look at the Giants game that they played just a couple weeks ago. 33-32 victory. Okay? Commonality. They played like complete and utter ass them first 3.5 quarters until Bo Nix and all of them decided that they wanted to play football in the last 15 minutes. Right? The commonality of it, bro. See the pattern. See the pattern. Now, Cowboys, they just ain't got they don't have a good defense. They got fucking boat race. But the Texans are another pattern as well, bro. They can be had. Everybody loves to kiss Denver's ass and kiss Sean Payton's ass and all that, bro. And realistically, we're not saying we're a great team, but these motherfuckers are not invincible, dog. They're not. They're not. I've watched them for weeks upon weeks play trash football on the offensive side and skate away with it. Literally skate away with it. Now, notice, I haven't said anything about their defense because that shit's legit. Their defense is legit. There's nothing you can say there. Honestly, their defense is the reason they're winning fucking games, to be honest with you. If it wasn't for the defense that they had, they would have at least 3 more losses on this goddamn record. 3. So that's where I don't fall into this. I would fall into it because we are trash, right? And I don't know how many more wins we get. When it comes to a division rival, bro, I just can't sit and start being like, yeah, it's all that. When it comes to the Chiefs, it's different. Chiefs got 15. Chiefs got Andy Reid. They scheme our ass up all the time. That's nothing new. Now, when it comes to Denver, I'm not going to sit here and allow all these motherfuckers to be like, oh, Bo Nix is the MVP. Bo Nix, man, we ain't had this type of shit since Peyton Manning and all that extra shit, man. Oh, this Denver team is Super Bowl bound. What? The fuck are we saying? Are we in the Twilight Zone? No, they are not. No, the fuck they are not, bro. I still don't believe Bo Nix is that good. I don't believe Bo Nix is that good, bro. I really do think that at certain times his ass looks pedestrian even. Pedestrian. If you, and I really do believe this. If we get to pressuring this man early, it affects him, bro. His accuracy wanes. It really does. I don't think he's the best deep ball thrower, but that shit starts to fuck off. He starts to speed up his process once he starts to get blitzed a little bit, pressured and hurried. I'm not that big of a fan. We have to stop the run, right? We have to stop the run when it comes to them. Can't let Bo get into that play action college shit that he likes to do, right? Because that's what they like to do. They like to take it back to Oregon with Bo, right? Take it back to Oregon, where now we all up in that play action mode, and now we're trying to deceive the defense and get their eyes going one way. So, bro, that's what he does. You know what I mean? That's what he does. But I'm telling you, if I tell him, hey, you're gonna have to drop back, no play action, you're just gonna have to get it done, gunslinger style, he gonna throw a fucking pick. I've seen him multiple times, bro. He's gonna throw a pick. So he'll throw you one. Bo picks. Bo picks will throw you one, baby. So you just gotta get in his face. You gotta get in his face. So that's where I'm at with them. Their receivers don't fucking scare me. They don't. Even with the banged up ass roster we have, their receivers do nothing for me. Even Cortland Sutton, he don't do shit for me, dog. Eric Stokes, and it is what it is, bro. I low key, I trust Eric Stokes when it comes to that Cortland Sutton matchup. I do. As crazy as that sounds, bro. Stokes ain't played well, and Cortland Sutton don't scare me like that. So that would be that. Now, probably if they were smart, they would be like, well, Cortland, you probably gonna go on the Darian Porter side, right? That would be the smart case. But Darian Porter against the guy like Troy Franklin or Pat Bryant, I like. It's a good matchup, right? He's young. Pat Bryant just got fucking drafted. Troy Franklin's not no. Last time I checked, Troy Franklin ain't no goddamn Jerry Rice. He ain't no goddamn Jamar Chase. I like that. It's a good matchup for Darian Porter. He got speed. They got speed. He can deal with that, bro. He can deal with that. I don't see the fear. There's no fear. I don't have any fear of weaponry over there, dog. None. So I look around, they're okay. I'm not going to sit here and say they're not a good team, but to act like they're the fucking one of one, all this, they're not, bro. They're not. How can any team scare you? The Raiders' offense and defense are scary enough. 100%. 100%. For sure. Real talk. Yeah, bro, they're way beatable. We can't do that, bro. We can't. A lot. You know how the media does. All of a sudden now it's like, oh, you see them do this, and that. They're a Super Bowl team. Like, dog, I don't know. I don't see that. Zay, man, what's going on with you, bro? He says, I seen. Oh, this is Johnny, but 31-3. Damn, not on national television. I seen something about Pete Carroll never winning in Denver his whole career. It's a short week, though, and how the team played last week. I see us pulling off a win. That's what I'm saying, bro. And just coupled with the fact that Denver just doesn't start their games off well. You know what I mean? Like, it's a recipe. There's a recipe there. You know what I mean? But you say I bowl baller for real. I feel like bro really don't got no weapons for real. Peyton holding them back. His play calling is bad. I don't know, bro. I don't see it. There are some portions where, you know what I feel about him, and I've said this since he's drafted, bro. I feel like he's Derek Carr for real. I'm talking about post-injury Derek Carr. I'm not talking about fucking pre-injury Derek Carr either. I'm talking about after Derek got hurt. That's how I feel Bo Nix is. I don't know why. I don't know why. But I have that vibe. I get that vibe. He played like him too. Something about him. He played like Derek a little bit to me too. And that's kind of where I get that pressure shit, bro. When you pressured Derek, his accuracy was fucked. It's fucked off. You know what I mean? And now we're doing some extra shit. Same shit with Bo Nix, bro. I think it's the same thing. But you know what, bro? There's gonna be some plays. Cortland might make a play or two, where he might out jump Buddy and do something. That's what he does, So Cortland's a Pro Bowler, but at the same time, like he just never scares me, bro. Like he don't scare me. You know what I mean? Like he's not nobody where, like, say if we were playing like a Justin Jefferson or maybe some other guys in the league, even in the AFC, right? You play some other guys in the AFC, you like, oh shit. You know what I mean? Like put your big boy pants on today, bro. You're about to be fucking killed, But today, it ain't that. It ain't that. I think he'll be okay tomorrow. Really, I mean, you got to watch for Porter. Porter's the one, but at the same time, it just depends how much they scheme up Sutherland on Porter. That just depends. The matchup with Stokes, I'm confident in. I kind of like that. Silver, in fact, says, I don't want to screw up the draft, but man, getting one in their house would feel good. Living in CO, I want to see my neighbors cry. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, look, out of all the rest of the games, if we were to just get this one and that's it, I'll live with it. I'll live with it. I ain't trying to get my ass whooped on national television, bro. I will live with this. I ain't gonna lie. Play Cam Miller the rest of the year instead of Geno. Eyes too close together that I'm staring at myself, Smith. I'm fucking weak. Dev says Bo Nix scrambling will be key too. Yep, scrambling will be key too. Have to stay disciplined in their rush zones. Yes, sir. I agree. Because he's a runner as well. We can't let him just pick up key first downs, right? Just with his legs, because that's what he will do. Johnny says it may just be me, but I hate the Broncos more than any other team in the NFL. Then the Chiefs, Chargers, Niners in that order. It's a good order. If you don't like the Broncos, I understand it. They are kind of annoying, but ain't they like peons to me. You feel what I'm saying? They like this and that and little annoying motherfucker at school that you just like, yeah, like I could make fun of you. You know what I mean? But it's not even fun for me. That's how I feel about Denver. I don't know why, bro. I don't know why. I just look at their ass like peons. Maybe because I've never really had I never saw Denver at its peak. I never saw Denver when they had the TDs with Terrell Davis and the Shannon Sharp and all the extra. I've never the Elways. No, I don't know him for that. Now, you kind of know him for Peyton, but even with Peyton, that shit was short-lived. After that, bro, they had a very, very down series of events. When you talk about Brock Osweiler and Trevor Siemian, that's what I remember Denver for. That's why, when I look at them, it's like they peons. So, it's turning the corner for them, which it gets on my fucking nerves, bro. I'm gonna go on a rant real quick, and then we're gonna get ready to hit the rundown on the show. Get ready to end this thing out. But ain't it fucking annoying, bro? The other three teams in our divisions get to go through fucking rebuilds and retouches and new eras and all that extra shit, and we just consistently remain ass. Like, fuck, man. How come, bro? We literally saw the Chargers go from Phillip Rivers to being ass for a little bit, then getting Justin Herbert. Now they're cool. You look at the Chiefs, Alex Smith, mid, right? Just mid. It's okay, but we're not going to do anything crazy. Then you get the Patrick Mahomes. We in a whole new era. Fucking Broncos get to go from Peyton Manning, have all these years of shitty quarterback play. Brock Osweiler, Trevor Siemian, all the extra, and then they fucking go right back and get Bo Nix, and now these motherfuckers are back in the playoff hunt. We just can't get right. We just can't get fucking right. We just continue to do the same thing over and over and over again. And guess what? What's the one constant that I just fucking said right now? They all took the leap
They all took the leap and said, we're going to draft a fucking quarterback in the first round. They all did it. We the only motherfuckers that's too smart for our own good, huh? We just can't do it, huh? We too smart. We too good. You know what I mean? It ain't never going to be right for us. We can't never do that. No, it's too much. It's too hard. I don't understand why we do this to ourselves, bro. We have literally tried this same way of building a team for damn near 20 plus years. No? At this point? Have we not at 20 plus years already tried multiple times of acquiring veteran quarterbacks, bringing them here and hoping that they can either continue the success that they had or find different success here? How many times have we done this in the last 20 plus years? You know what I mean? So it's like, what's the definition of insanity, dog? Definition of insanity is doing the same shit over and over and expecting a different result. Why can't we try some other shit? Try something else, dog. Try something else. Literally have went from veteran to veteran to veteran. Let's try to get a young quarterback this time and see how the fuck that goes. You know what I mean? See what happens there, bro. So it's Paxton Lynch. It's like, damn, bro, everybody get to go through these phases and eras, and we don't get to do that at all. We had one phase, ass. That's it. That's all we got. Jerome, man, Montgomery, appreciate you for tapping in. He says, are we good with our DTs? Hell no. Do we need to draft one? Definitely. If it's not, I'll tell y'all right now, if we're not drafting a quarterback, I'm going DT. I'm going DT if I can, or if that prospect is there, bro. I'm pretty much getting the DT. Because it's time to get this defense talent too, bro. This defense ain't got no talent. Let's be real, bro. This defense ain't got no talent. But yet, we're continuously expected to make sugar out of shit if you're PG. So I don't think this defense doesn't have talent. They haven't had talent for a long ass time. So it's time to change that up, man. Do we have offensive woes already? Look, we didn't talk about the offense, and there's a reason for it. Right? There's a reason why we didn't talk about the offense and what to expect from them is because I expect them to struggle. I expect their ass to fucking struggle. Now, when I'm looking at this, man, when I'm looking at this, I'm about to show y'all something right now as far as Denver's defensive grades. Okay, this is Denver's defensive grades. And just show you how many of their guys are just playing well right now. Like they're just playing well. Shout out to our guy Marcus Johnson for posting this, but look at the grades these motherfuckers have. Right? You look, Nick Bonito, right? When you look at Nick Bonito and what he has, look at these fucking sacks. Look, and it's not even the grade that I want y'all to focus on. Look at the fucking sacks from the top 3, dog. Top really 5 motherfuckers. Nick Bonito, 10 sacks. Jonathan Cooper, 8. Zach Allen has 6. John Franklin Myers, 4. Sternad, 4. Right? It's like Ellis, 1. Like, bro, there's already 3 dudes with 2 sacks, And so these motherfuckers be hunting. They hunt. If you look at all this sacks, bro, that's already 18 between 2 dudes. 18 between 2. Oh, man. Woo! See, look, okay. And the reason I ain't talked about the offense either is because, we ain't, the offensive line ain't played too bad over these last 2 weeks. This is the week, bro, they about to get their ass whooped. Oh, Stone Forsythe, I give respect and we show love, right? Because he has played well over these last weeks, taking over for Miller. I can't say he hasn't. But this the week, I expect Stone Forsythe to look like the Stone Forsythe we saw on that Seattle film. This is the week I expect to see that. As far as DJ Glaze, he's been getting better over these last weeks. I expect Progress to get fucked up tomorrow. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Because the way that they are rushing the passer, who's gonna have Nick Bonito? Number one, if they're smart, Nick Bonito going on Stone Forsythe all goddamn game. All 60 minutes. Stone Forsythe is gonna have to see Nick Bonito. I can pretty much say that. So already, I'm anticipating off that matchup. If you're telling me it's 60 minutes of that, Nick finna get 1 or 2 sacks tomorrow. He's finna get 1 or 2 sacks tomorrow. if you're telling me it's 60 minutes of him going with Stone Forsythe with minimal chipping, right? Yeah, he's going to get 1 or 2 sacks tomorrow. Jonathan Cooper on DJ Glaze might fuck around and get him one tomorrow. He might get him one. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So there's a reason we're not talking about the offense, though. We're going to struggle tomorrow. We're going to fucking struggle. Now, the only thing that we can like really fall back on is that like Brock Bowers is back and they really don't have nobody for Brock Bowers. That's the only thing. If Pat Surtain is out, they don't have nobody for Brock. So that is one thing that I can say. Oh, for sure. For sure. Don't get my tone fucked up now. We're losing. We're taking that L. But, we just got to talk about it in this vein. And I'm going to say this now because it's going to come up tomorrow. And I really don't want to hear it, to be honest with you. But I'm just going to say it now because I can see the future. I hope y'all not out here expecting 100-yard or some great fantastical day from our 6th overall selection. I hope y'all not. I hope that's not what y'all thinking. Okay? If so, I'm sorry to say we're going to squash that fucking dream now. Genty probably ain't doing a goddamn thing tomorrow on the ground. Ain't doing a thing tomorrow on the ground. Unless, shout out my guy, bro. Shout out to the family, man. Chris in the building, man. Appreciate you for tapping in. But he's generational, though. He ain't doing shit tomorrow, bro. It's over. You better get that man the ball through the air, how they did. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, don't you fix your lips to come on a rundown show tomorrow, post-game, and get to talking about Chip Kelly. Don't do it. I'm not going to hear it. Right? You want to know why I'm not going to hear it? Look who we playing tomorrow, dog. It's already a known fact. We're not going to run the football good tomorrow. We're just not. We're not. We're finna get manhandled in there. It ain't got shit to do with Chip Kelly. We ain't got the talent to fuck with them in the defensive line. We don't. And I have to speak it plain. So for me, bro, like, don't come out here and get to being like, oh, man, it's Chip Kelly's fault. Again, I said this yesterday. When the game starts, tomorrow, when the game starts, pause it. And on our first drive, first play, pause it. How many people are in the box, bro? Count it. And we'll come back tomorrow post-game, and I want the answer. I want the answer. Because if you sit here and you tell me there are 9 people in the box to start the game off, what running are we going to be doing? Where? That's what I'm saying, bro. We're only running that needs to be happening is running to turn the shit off because it's about to be ugly in a minute. I ain't gonna lie. Now, Fresh Z says, I'm not really high on this Bronco defense, though. I think they're a bit overrated, but it's the Raiders we were talking about. I mean, real, bro. They're not that overrated. They're real. They're real. Especially the thing, especially with Surtain back, when he comes back and all the extra, bro. The thing that really solidifies them, their defensive line is like that. Their defensive line is like that. So I can't even lie there. Linebackers are a little weak. The linebackers are a little weak. When it comes to the secondary is not bad. Secondary is not bad, but it all stems from the trenches, right? Like everything stems from the trenches. And for them, like that shit is strong, very strong. So it's hard. And especially like against us, bro, like, we can sit there and say it might be overrated, but against us, we ain't got the talent to fuck with them down there. So it's like, they going to show their ass. They going to show their ass against us. I don't know why, but they will. I think their offense is overrated. That's where maybe like we go in a different realm. I think the Denver's offense is not all that. That's where I think people be kissing their ass and being like Denver is this, Denver is that on offense. No, they're not. No, the fuck they are not. But people overrate. I think people overrate Bo Nix. And they overrate Sean Payton's. No, honestly, how can I say this? Because I'm trying to say this correct. I really think that it's the other way around when people talk about Bo Nix. People say like, oh, Sean Payton be holding them back. I don't think it's that. I think actually Sean Payton be making them better than what he is, to be honest with you. But that's just me. I'm a notorious Bo Nix hater. So you're not going to get like many positive shits out of me when it comes to Bo Nix. I'm going to just be honest with you. You're not going to get many positive soliloquies. But I do think that their offense is overrated, bro. I ain't going to lie. I think they can be had on the offensive side of the ball. And your boy can have one of those days where he just has an ugly ass day. He's due for that. So let's get ready, bro. We're already getting close to an hour 30 in this mug. So y'all know, man, we got to get ready to end this thing out. And the way we end out a rundown show is with, oh, the rundown, man. So what we're gonna do is tie it up in a nice little silver and black bow, and speak about what we're gonna see tomorrow. Now, as far as tomorrow goes, all right, I fully expect us to lose the game. Okay. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I expect us to lose this game. I expect us to I don't really expect us to take this dub tomorrow. But funny thing, bro, I think it's gonna be close. I think it's gonna be a close game, bro. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I have this feeling that we'll take them down to the wire. We talked about it at length. They're not a real good team from quarters 1 to 3. They're not a good potent offense from quarters 1 to 3. They struggle. And in that time frame, it's about how are you going to maximize your opportunities in that struggle, right? So is the offense going to show up for us? Are we going to get certain things? But for us, it's all about opportunities that we create on defense too. We know that their defense is going to pose problems, at least for our offense, right? So it's always been about, can we minimize that? You know what I mean? On the defensive side of the ball, how are we going to minimize them opening the floodgates, right? Them opening the floodgates. Last week, bro, there wasn't really no chance. Even with the offense, if the offense played well last week, there was no chance from the defense because we was giving up 150 yards on the ground. That can't happen again this week. I'm gonna tell y'all, bro, if we give up 150 yards on the ground tomorrow, we getting fucking skunked. We getting skunked out. They're gonna whoop our ass if we're able to give up 150 yards on the ground. But if we revert back to what we were as a rushing defense, and we don't give up that many yards on the ground and make Bo Nix have to go back there and sling that motherfucker, just drop back and sling, I think that does not bode well for them. That doesn't bode well for them. So I think that is the game plan, bro. Do not allow them to run the football tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? No, that's the easy shit for them. Don't allow them to get that play action going. Make Bo Nix, as some of y'all might be like, oh, what? Man, fuck that. Make Bo Nix beat you. Make him beat you. And I'm talking about with no threat of play action. I don't want to see that. Make him drop back and beat you like that. And make them receivers have to make some plays, right? Make them have to make some plays. That's kind of where I'm at. Defense on the offensive side of the ball for us, I would love to run the football. I would love to. But I don't think that's going to happen. I don't see it happening. I don't see us running the football. Now, we probably got to make a concerted effort, though, to try to run the football, get something in. Like I said, their linebacker core is weak to me. Hufanga I like, but he's not no coverage guy, right? Pat Surtain is hurt. He's out. So there's opportunities for us to get the football through the air, especially with Brock Bowers. There's opportunities to get the football through the air. Ashton Genty, one-on-one with these linebackers now through the passing game, different story, right? Different story. I don't know about how much success we'll have rushing, but in the passing game with Genty, him one-on-one with a linebacker, he should be able to eat all day tomorrow. Eat all day because their linebackers aren't that great. So I view us having success there, being able to do that. I would love for us to get that play action shit going because that is only going to help us further, especially with this goddamn defensive line that we're about to face. But we're going to have to get the ball out quick, right? Gino going to have to get that ball out quick tomorrow and really, really get the football out of his hands, bro. Ain't no holding that shit tomorrow. There is no holding the football. There is no being indecisive with it tomorrow either. He has to be decisive because if he's not, this defensive line will not give him the time. It won't give him the time. And even though Pat Surtain is out, they still have some adequate talent out there. Some adequate talent. They just drafted somebody, Jahdae Barron, not this past draft, not too long ago. So they have talent, Gino gonna have to get it out of his hands. He's going to play well, get it to Genty in some of these short area yardage passes that are basically runs, right? And we get it going from there. As far as last week, if we can get a repeat of last week's offensive performance, we might be sitting pretty. I'm telling you, it's going to go down to the wire. If we get a repeat of last week's offensive performance, it's going to go down to the wire. But as far as 29 points against them, I don't see us scoring no 29 points against them. So that's why it's going to have to be on the defense. It'll have to be a low-scoring ball game. Low-scoring ball game. And if any of y'all are hoping, if any of y'all are hoping for like a win, if that's what you want, it's going to have to be low-scoring, and you're going to have to catch them at the end of the game. It's going to have to be. I think the real question is, when is our next win? When do we play the Browns? That's my anticipatory win, to be honest with y'all. That's it. That's the only thing I think of. Whenever we play the Browns, that's probably the last win we'll see and smell. And that, bro, it's over. Just got to jump those screens and get those picnics. Hey, I'm telling you, bro. They run that college shit. They run all that behind the line, the scrimmage screen, and all this extra, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Let's get it in. We've pretty much been hearing about their defense since 2020, and people just kept saying it until the team finally became better. I just don't buy it. I feel it. Their defense definitely has been talked about for a long time. My boy DJ in the building, man. What's going on, big dog? Appreciate you for tapping in, man. Glad you could catch us on the tail end, man, for sure. But, man, that has been the show. We appreciate everybody that is in here, everybody that has tapped in, man. As y'all know, tomorrow we will be going live. I'm thinking about doing a pregame, don't know yet. But if for sure, I will be doing the postgame tomorrow with Farrell. I might be with Severe too. We might be around the Shield. But who knows? But I know me and Farrell are gonna be on there tomorrow for the postgame. So make sure y'all tune in. Gonna be a dope one. Pregame. Probably gonna see my ad pregame too, because I'm gonna get excited and all the extra, man. Pops is on vacation for me. I usually watch the games with Pops, but he's gone. So I'm going to need somebody to talk Raider football with. So what better than to talk with the family, man, which is y'all. So y'all might see me pregame for sure. But if not, Friday, we are definitely going to probably be doing the show. Saturday as well as be doing the show. But Friday we'll be doing the show to give you the rundown on the game, all the extra, talk about it in more detail, and do that. So it will be a fun day. Will be a fun weekend. If the Raiders end up playing well, then we can have some good things to talk about. Hopefully some good things to talk about from the youngins, right, that are in there. So appreciate everybody that is tapping in. Y'all know me, man. It's late. It's time for me to get some food. Time for me to go ahead and chill, man. Hope y'all do the same. We are halfway through the week. And we got some Raider football tomorrow. So, hey, let's push through. You already know what it is. So make sure you're hitting those like buttons, hitting the subscribe button, bro. We're getting close to 3K every day. Getting close to 3K. So we appreciate y'all greatly. And y'all know what I say every time here on the show. We keep it authentic from the clouds to the ground here on the Raider Rundown. We appreciate y'all. Y'all stay out of trouble tonight too, man. Y'all stay out of trouble tonight. Y'all know what it is. We got a game tomorrow, man. So the trouble's tomorrow. All right. Don't get too fucked up tonight. Don't get all that. I know some of y'all up in there be doing the craziness. Some of y'all up in here be doing the craziness at night. So make sure y'all keep it chill tonight, because we're going to have a long one tomorrow, man. It's going to be a long one. We might be drinking. Either good, bad, or indifferent. We might be drinking tomorrow. So we might be getting it in heavily tomorrow. So make sure y'all save yourselves tonight. But until then, I'll see y'all.